So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the third in a series of videos that I'm doing. The first one was obviously around contempt of court, and the second one was around 50-50 contact care, guardianship and maintenance. I will put the links in the video below when I load this. And obviously I feel very strongly about 50-50 contact care, guardianship and maintenance. I've been drumming that, banging that drum for 20 years now. And we're finally beginning to get payoff. So just one thing that I'd like to point out, there's two ways to change the way the court system and the justice system works. Is that you can either change the legislation, so going through the whole process of having them change the legislation, or through court orders that are issued. And we are slowly but surely changing the way the courts view 50-50 contact care, guardianship and maintenance. It's the only way to go. And if you didn't see yourself raising the child with that person, in plain simple terms, you shouldn't have had the child with that person in the first place. And, you know, suck it up, buttercup. Take responsibility and accountability for your life. You had the child together, you raised the child together. There's 30 days in the month, 15 for dad, 15 for mom. Daddy spends a rand, mommy spends a rand. And so we go down the line. So today I'm talking specifically around maintenance. So this comes out of an interview that I did about a week ago. I wasn't given I couldn't really do justice to the set of questions that were sent to me. I must, however, commend the station programmer that actually bothered to send me questions, which is completely unheard of in the industry when it comes to doing interviews for the media. And I would like to do those questions, albeit the questions are the wrong questions, because they're obviously geared to WEF, WHO and United Nations bullshit programming about getting the correct answer. You know, the woke correct answer. I'm the last guy that you're going to get a woke correct answer out of. So, unfortunately, while I commend her for sending me the questions, we will be addressing these properly. So the first question, there were 6 of them. I only managed to get through 3 on the interview. So I will do the first 3, and then obviously I'll address the last 3 as well, so that we can do some value to the set of questions. The first one is, what factors contribute to making it challenging for some working fathers to pay child support for their children? It's very simple. Since about 2006, the growth of South Africa on a compounded basis has increased by 1% compounded interest per annum since 2006. The birth rate in South Africa has increased by a compounded rate of between 2.4 and 2.6 on average per annum since 2006. So, in very simple terms, there's not enough jobs. Coupled with that, we have a useless economic system that is designed to create a predatory elite, obliterate the middle class, and completely wipe out and annihilate the low-income earners. That's the simple reality of it. We're experiencing it. It's a failed ideology that has never worked in the 130 years or 140 odd years that it's been applied across the planet. There is failed country after failed country after failed country. The 3 most recent ones were Argentina, Venezuela, and Zimbabwe. And it's happening to South Africa as well. Garbage ideologies that simply don't work. And then what should be happening is that people that push these ideologies should be taken out and executed, tried and executed for treason against the people of the country. South Africa economy has already hit the wall. What we are doing is we are waiting for the vehicle, the economic vehicle, to actually come to a standstill. Okay, the only way that this is going to change is to put proper economic systems in place that are not tied up in red tape and taxes and unnecessary garbage. The other factor that played hugely into what is going on around fathers' inability to pay maintenance is the bullshit disease that happened between 2020 and 2023. A complete and utter load of nonsense that has obliterated South Africa. There's not a guy or a woman or a mom or a dad that I speak to that was not directly affected by the bullshit disease. Okay. It has done unmitigated damages, and yeah, I'll leave that there. I have very strong views on the bullshit disease. The next thing that is happening is that we have a garbage education system. Okay, a 30% pass rate, really? Do you want a doctor doing open heart surgery, or do you want an engineer building a plane or building a bridge that you got to fly? I don't think so. With a 30% pass rate, no. The other thing that we are not focused on, and this is the one thing that we should all be pushing, okay, is STEM, which is science, technology, engineering, mathematics. Coupled with that we should be having, our children should have business and economic literacy, as well as general literacy, i.e. language, etc. And if we truly wanted to make our children really employable in the future, we would be teaching them Mandarin, Spanish, and English, because those are the three major languages that are spoken across the planet. So you open up a world for them to be able to work across the planet. The other thing is that the education system, the Bella Bill, I mean, like, we've already got a garbage education system, and the Bella Bill is just going to come in, and why are we even bothering sending our kids to school? The Bella Bill is a pile of excrement and should be dismissed with the contempt that it deserves. The other thing is that the unemployment rate in South Africa is sitting at about 32 to 35% on average per annum, depending on who you're talking on, because of the garbage education system, because we are not giving our children a proper education, because of the failed economic systems that are being applied that do not work. And you're probably looking at about another 30% of people that have given up looking for work. So you're looking at about 60% of the employable age persons working in South Africa that are not working. And then you wonder why fathers can't afford to pay maintenance. You know, things like, have a look at what a loaf of bread cost in 2020. I think it was around 12, 13 rand. It's now 19 rand for a loaf of bread. A litre of milk was costing you approximately 22, 25 rand for a 2-litre bottle. It's costing you 35 to 39 rand for a 2-litre bottle, 2-litre bottle of milk. What about oil? You know, 2 litre of oil was costing you, I stand under correction, between 50 and 60 rand. What are we paying for it today? 130, 120 rand for a 2-litre bottle of oil. It's not like that butter spreads further now over more loaves of bread, and we're able to cook more litres, more food with oil. Have a look at the petrol price. The petrol price in 2020 was probably sitting at around, and correct me if I'm wrong, my memory serves me correctly, somewhere in the region of 18 rand a litre. We are now 25, creeping towards 26 rand a litre. It's not that your car goes further. It doesn't have to be repaired less often. It's not that your insurance goes down. It's not that the wear and tear has decreased exponentially with that increase. You're not getting you're not getting the value for the increased price of petrol. The second question, what contributes to how much child support a working father should be paying? Okay, wrong question. What should the parents be paying towards maintenance? And that should be on a 50-50 basis within the confines of the earning capacity of both of the parents. Simple, klar, finished and simple. The stupid idea that we go and have these massive maintenance payments is completely unnecessary. Is there a way for a man's employer to be involved in making sure that they pay child support? Now that made me angry. Okay. Firstly, it's not, why do you want to place an additional burden onto the employer? They are already snowed under with garbage administration, FICA requirements, and administrative red tape that just cripples businesses. A completely unfriendly business environment. Now you want to add an additional administrative thing onto them. It's very simple. The answer is the mother must go to court and get a garnishing order. Okay, but that's the answer. Don't place an additional burden on the employers. It's not their place. You need to push the responsibility back to where the responsibility belongs, and that's in the courts and the maintenance office. What could be the consequences for a working dad who does not pay their child support? My question to that is what do we do about mothers that deny fathers rights of contact? It's the same answer. Arrest them, put them in jail. Simple, klar. You know? The fifth question is, what happens in the cases where a father loses their job and no longer has an income? Very simple. He must approach the maintenance office and request for either reduction and for his maintenance to be stopped while he is looking for work. That's the simple answer. How can working, and this is the last question, how can working men make sure that they stay consistent and remain fair when it comes to paying child maintenance? Guys, so very simple. Very simple. It's the wrong question. What you should be asking is what do you do to encourage fathers to pay maintenance? Okay. But the other question is, why is the burden of maintenance only for fathers? What makes mommy so special? So let's put this in reality. And this came out of the 1988 census, Child Support and Alimony 1989 series, the US General Accounting Office report. So I'll put this in the message below so that you guys can get the reference. What did they say? 90.2% of fathers with joint custody pay their support due. 79.1% of fathers with visitation privileges pay the support due. 44.5% of fathers with no visitation pay their support due. 37.9% of fathers are denied any visitation. 66% of all support not paid by non-custodial fathers is due to inability to pay. What did I say to you? We're sitting with approximately a 60% unemployment rate in South Africa. Fix the economy. Get a proper education system going. Not a garbage, woohoo, woke, UN, WEF, garbage education. Get a proper STEM education system that empowers our children. Where are the technical colleges teaching welding, to become electricians, plumbers, cabinet makers? Why aren't we focused on giving our boys a proper education so that even if they don't have work, they can use their God-given gifts? Okay, the higher the propensity of contact that a father has, the higher the propensity the father has to pay and exceed his maintenance responsibilities. All the wrong questions, looking for another whipping boy to destroy and belittle and make fathers be the arseholes in the verhaal. In very simple terms, I've been watching this for many, many years, and I've been careful about what I say. But the bottom line is that fathers are simply not the problem any longer. We have teams operating from Kuruman to Cape Town, legal teams and mediation teams. Litigation department is very busy at the moment. From Cape Town to East London to Thohoyandou and everything in between. We've got teams across the country assisting families to get out of the justice system, because there's no necessity for you to be there any longer than it is absolutely necessary. We offer efficient, effective, cost-effective litigation and mediation across the country. Please reach out to us if you're having problems. Please like, share, and subscribe. I love you all.